back to another episode of The Stable. I'm Devin, and currently we are in the stable. Excuse the noise, I got two propane heaters going right now, and we just got some lights hanging up for now. We don't currently have heat and electricity out here, so I'm trying to make do with what we have. It's -2 degrees outside, so the game plan was to do an oil change on the FJ and try to start pulling off the stock intake on the Mustang and replacing it with the Bullitt intake. I was able to polish those lines. Hopefully you can see them on there. So I think it came out pretty good. I still want to get this powder coated black. However, I'm thinking I might just throw it on as is. Got a textured block sitting out in the shed, so maybe when I go to build that one, I'll get this one painted. But I'm really trying to have this car back up and running for my birthday, because it's the 21st of March and we usually go down to the track because that's the first weekend it opens, and I would love to have this thing all ready to go to be able to go run down there. So I'm gonna see what we can do out here, but it is still pretty cold out here. If it gets too cold, I'm just gonna end up cutting to some footage of Sean talking about his FJ. Sean's footage is going to start with him talking about his headlights. I'm missing part of footage where he talked about his front bumper, so I got the website pulled up here. It is a Expedition 1 front bumper, and it looks like it is the FJ Cruiser Trail Series Diamond Style front bumper. It's a steel bumper, and I'm not sure which winch he's running on the front, but if you guys want to know, leave a comment. We'll answer that for you. But everything else that he has done to his FJ should be talked about.
And moving up from the fog lights, I had these custom headlights made by a company out of New York called Rugged Retrofits. The guy that did that's awesome. Back when I was still stationed in Virginia, I actually drove those lights up to him in New York, and he had them back to me within the week. So awesome guy, go check him out. He's also on Instagram. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. He makes awesome products. Now moving up from the headlights, we have this aftermarket hood. So this came from Pure FJ Cruiser. Just me being me, knowing that I didn't want a solar panel on the hood was a reason for me to get rid of the stock hood that was on this. I wanted something that was a little bit more aggressive. And this actually is a cowl hood, an actual functioning cowl hood. So just throwing some more air over at the air box. Moving back, this is my second set of lights right now that we've gone through right here. This one burnt out, soon followed by the second one. And I think those were aux beam lights is what my first set was. Now I'm running the Extreme LED pod lights right now. And as for these, I don't have any complaints, but time will tell. Those aux beams were on my truck for about 3 years, and for the 3 years I didn't have any problems with them up until closer to that third year when water started getting inside the housing and then fried the LEDs that were inside. Now moving kind of up to the top of the truck, I did have this Line-X as well while I was out in Virginia. I just wasn't a fan of the white tops. I know that is a throwback to the old FJs, but on this body style FJ I just wasn't a fan of it. Moving up from the Line-X now, I am running Expedition 1's mule rack. Again, I needed a flat roof rack because I am into the overland scene and into the whole camping thing, and just being able to use this amount of space that's up here. So I wanted a flat rack so I can mount big Pelican cases and boxes up there, and just utilize that space a little bit better. This rack has been awesome. It's flat all the way across, no complaints with it. Even with the 40-inch light bar that's in the front, I have no complaints. There's no wind noise coming from that thing at all. This is a light bar I just grabbed off of eBay. I couldn't even tell you guys the brand. It is extremely bright though, and I haven't had any problems with it, so I'll run it until it burns out. We're kind of making our way around this side of the vehicle. I am running the Smitty built awning. This is the 6-foot awning. So just because I have a jet ski and I'm at the lake and I do dirt biking as well, we just need something that kind of throws some shade out there in those hot days. So nothing bad to say about that one. I will say it is super light though, so the wind kicked up. One day we were at the lake and it folded the bars over backwards. So we just rebent them back out and re-lubed the tubes, and it doesn't seem to be causing an issue anymore. But if you guys want something a little heavier duty, I would not recommend Smittybilt. But moving up from that, the big thing you guys see on top is my new rooftop tent. I used to be running the Smittybilt Overlander tent, but that one was just a lot of work taking the cover on and off, and I kind of got tired of it. So I've heard nothing but good things about Free Spirit, so I jumped into this one to see how it was, and I absolutely love it. This one's on gas struts, so it sets itself up, and the cover is like a bungee in the corner, so it's extremely quick to put on and take off, which is kind of what was bugging me about the Smittybilt tent. Now kind of moving back down, these are just some fender flares I grabbed off of eBay, and I've bed lined them multiple times myself, which I know is not the correct answer. Eventually I'd like to line X them to match the roof, but you know, money's a thing. So moving further down, talking about suspension and the wheel setup that I have. So just some things to knock out right off the bat. Obviously I'm running XD series wheels on the Trailblade XTs. These are a 295 70/18 is what I'm currently running, and I am on the Bilstein 3-inch suspension lift. The 5100s is what I'm running all the way around, and I'm also on a 1-inch body lift. Issues with is this truck did come with rock rails, but they're pretty flimsy, and I had to keep painting them multiple times, and I was kind of just getting tired of that. So I ran into a company called ResFab, and I heard that they make nothing but great products. And due to the fact that I off-road quite a bit, my old ones were getting pretty beat up. So I decided to go with steel rock rails with the kick out at the back. I've hit them a few times, but they're absolutely great. One thing I wish I would have done, or that they've done now, is they've made inserts to go in here to kind of just give you more of a step. I think you can buy those separately and take them somewhere and have them welded in, so that might be something I have done here shortly. And then finally, moving around to the back again, Expedition One is a great company, so I will continue to run their products. But this is the Expedition One rear bumper, and it came with those fog lights. Those are halogen lights, so I'm not the biggest fan of those lights. I'd like to swap them to LEDs. I just haven't got to it yet. And everything you guys see attached to this is mounts for that. So Expedition One jerry cans. You do have to buy the mounts separately. And again, you have to buy the mounts separately for the high lift jack as well. But I really like this bumper. It allows you to utilize more space outside the vehicle to keep space on the inside, which is a big thing for me because I have a big dog that likes to come with me. And then last but not least, if you can't, guys, pick up your trash. Trashery is a great product. Looking to go for something different though, because this is only the 3rd or 4th week I've had this one, and it started off black, and you can see how quickly it's unfading. So I saw that in the reviews. It was a risk I was willing to take, but looking for something different that will maybe hold its color a little bit better. And besides the exhaust, I got a MagnaFlow exhaust on here. I think that about covers it. If you guys have any questions, please throw them down in the comments.
Alright, so I was going to finish up this video here, but I completely forgot to address the fact of why I went from trying to get my car to the dyno to trying to do the bullet intake. So I really wanted to show the power difference between those two, but I was driving the Mustang like last weekend pretty hard, started smelling coolant, and I'm pretty sure the plastic intake has cracked. So I've tried tightening the bolts in the back, but you still see the coolant on the back, and I mean, those plastic intakes are known for cracking. So I'm just gonna go ahead, do the bullet swap, and see how that goes. It should fix all my problems, but it just kind of sucks that I won't get to see how much power just came from adding the bullet intake. But with that being said, please like, subscribe, and let us know what you think of this video. Thanks.